We got our 20-week ultrasound in November, and we were told that his measurements were small and a little bit off. Some things were measuring a little higher than others, and I was told we had a marginally attached cord. So the umbilical cord wasn't attached to the center of the placenta. So we had our second ultrasound in December, and then we had a follow-up appointment on December 23rd, and that's when we were told that we would be referred to the IWK. I was having preeclampsia kind of all along, and we knew that he would probably be coming early after I was admitted. We also talked to a neonatologist, and one of the, questions that we had was, what is the chance of survival? We were at 29 weeks. And we know lots of babies who've been born early or people who've had preemies. But we were told it was going to be 98%, which was very, very reassuring. And I remember hitting the 30 weeks and be like, hey, we've hit 30 weeks.
It's a milestone.
It's huge milestone. Little did we know he'd come 4 days later. And we labored for about 18 hours. And we just weren't progressing. He was very much so happy on the inside. But it was getting more dangerous for him and for me. So they made the call that we've kind of run out of options and it's going to be a C-section. So we had our C-section and he was born. It was definitely stressful. I don't know if the response I had, during the C-section would have been the same if he was a full-term baby. But I was definitely a little panicked. And we had always say, "You are my sunshine," to him in the belly. And so we started saying, "You are my sunshine," and it took 3 "You are my sunshines" for him to be born. Yeah. He was 2 weeks old whenever he was transferred to the QEH.
QEH, he just had such a tremendous support team all around him. The nurses, the doctors, the pharmacists, the rehabilitation team. I'm
dietetic.
I'm overseeing, or I'm overlooking a whole bunch of crucial staff, but they were just all making sure that he was well looked after.
We're very fortunate that there is 4 beds available for mothers of babies in the NICU. So I was able to stay every night. I did not. If he was in the hospital, I was in the hospital. As great as it is to be in the same room, it is nice to take a breath from the medical side of what was happening. But also know that I was literally 30 feet down the hall. That if something happened, I would be right there. So there's 2 sides of the NICU here. We referred to it as your more critical side, and then I guess the other side. So when he was on CPAP, he was required to be on the more critical side. But once he was weaned down to high flow, he was able to transition to the other side. But we got over there, and within 24 hours, we popped the top of his incubator, and he held his own temperature overnight, slept in a cot. And so it was like, okay, it's the same thing that they have at the bedside whenever you have a full-term baby. So that started to feel really normal. Yeah. And then one day we were changing his leads on his chest that monitor his heart rate and the way the heart is beating. And the nurse was just like, he hasn't really had any issues with his heart since he's gotten here. Let's take those off. He was doing really well with his feeds. And we were told that if he kept gaining weight, that it would look pretty good for us to be going home. And our rounds that day were like any other day. And then Ellen asked us when we would like to go home, and we said that we had a car seat in the car.
We put the car seat in that weekend. You genuinely felt that they cared about us, and they cared about James, and it was more than it's more than them just doing
showing
their
up
job.
to their job. Yeah,
it's more than just their job. They genuinely, to their core, care.
We were so excited and so shocked and so sad to be leaving our home. Yeah. We were going home, but we were leaving a home. in the moment, it is very easy to forget that, that all of this is because of the generosity of our community. So appreciative of everything that we were able to have here and be able to have our child here so young. We would not have been able to come back when he was so small and so young if it wasn't for all the equipment that was here.
Finding out after the fact that it was everyday people, thanks to them, we were able to be home sooner, and he was able to be well looked after, and he had all the resources at his disposal that he needed. We're eternally grateful.
Every single dollar that is donated helps. And it all helps people in the community, and you never know when it's going to help you.